Okay, so hello everybody. It's long time no see it has been a long time without Vedran and me together on the same screen or roughly on the same line. Please, I want a warm welcome for a newly minted PhD veteran. Welcome to the show, Vedran. How was it?
We already had a chat about that, so please continue.
No, but the thing was that I haven't seen your face for a long time. That even I actually was feeling nostalgic about seeing you with the headphones and everything else.
With what I'm about to plan for you at the beginning of April, you're going to stop missing me very soon.
Anyways, so now when talking about other things, let's introduce today's episode. This one has been maybe even 15 minutes into planning when it comes to the topic, but this is actually something that I wanted to talk or pick your brains about for a long time. Now, the idea is this. I want to try to talk to you. Have we gone too far when it comes to networking, but still at the same time are not educating people enough about the networking? Let's roll the intro. I'll explain.
Okay. Pardon the completely confused expression on my face. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Go.
Copper, ADSL, fiber to the home, power line, home plug, Wi-Fi, 802.11 ABC, ACGN, Bluetooth, Bluetooth low emission, Zigbee, Z-Wave, NFC, Li-Fi. Did I miss anything?
I don't know. It's too late to think about all of the acronyms that you could possibly think of on the topic.
Yes, these are only the things that are actually present right now in residential devices. So when it comes to routers and when it comes to local networks, these are the things that everybody is talking about and nobody is explaining how they work together. So people are basically plugging things in, doing immensely complicated things to the spectrum they're using without zero knowledge of what actually happens behind the scenes. And this wouldn't be the problem if the things work, but the things don't work anymore.
Okay.
I ran into a thick wall when I was trying to make my smart home work. The problem was this. You probably know this, I have a few devices, and by a few I mean probably over 20 that are running on Zigbee, and something like 20 of them running on Wi-Fi when it comes to smart home. All the different switches, thermometers, humidity meters, and so on and so on and so on. Now, my problem is that the Zigbee basically is not working simply because there is too much noise on the airwaves, and even what the Zigbee is supposed to do, it cannot do because there is not enough headspace.
Okay. So you're stuck in the smart home realm.
Yes, but the problem is not me being stuck, but the problem is that I know how to try to debug this thing. But average user has zero possibility that he's going to fix these things.
I have a
Did we went way far?
No, I think that it's actually completely the opposite, and I have very fresh data to start researching the topic of this if you want to. I'm going to offer you something now for consideration. As you are very well aware of, I just came back from a specific lecture that one of our colleagues had to do. In order to become a lecturer, there are some official procedures, whatnot, and he did an excellent lecture while I was still there. And the topic was related to OpenStack networking. He did a very nice presentation, explained everything, connected that to all of the things and whatnot. And then he started explaining that topic from the ground up. to our students who had 4 networking courses prior to sitting in on this one.
Okay.
And when he started explaining to them what the Ethernet frame looks like, they acted as if they never saw an Ethernet frame in their life. So then they talked about, for example, layer 2 part of that, and he asked them what is actually what does the Ethernet frame consist of, and specifically aimed at the payload part. And he asked them what kind of a content is there, and they had no idea. Which means that, and this is something that's been bugging me for a long time, and it's networking is not the only topic. I think we could, even from our side of the fence, as people actually doing the education, we could probably do a better job explaining this. That being said, you are absolutely correct that there are millions of people trying to do what you are trying to do with way less knowledge than you have, running into more or less the same or even more complex problems, not knowing what to do. And actually, even more to the point, yesterday I was a part of a problem that's related to your topic. I was, as I told you, I was in the studio yesterday. We were doing some editing for an upcoming album, and I had an issue with with a VPN, which is based on Fortinet. So I connected 3 or 4 times with the wrong password, so it kind of banned me for a time, whatever the time is. So it was easier for me to reset the DSL router, basically turn it off and turn it on again to get the new IP address to restart the connection.
Get banned, okay?
Then to wait for the timeout period to lapse. Actually, I ended spending 15 minutes of my life, more than necessary, trying to figure out why the router doesn't work after it was basically powered off and powered on. And we know that we teach the KISS principle, like start with the simple stuff. And yesterday I completely forgot about the simplest of all potential reasons why that may be. I forgot to look what kind of a router it is and what kind of an internet connection it is. And because of the fact that the studio is underground and it's a 5G router, you can probably deduce what the problem was. So it just took, 5 or 6 restarts for me to figure out that it's a 5G router. And then I was like, okay, just wait for a while for it to acquire the signal. It's some kind of a little bit older router. So it took it 3-4 minutes to acquire the 5G signal, and then it started working. Then I was able to connect via VPN and whatnot. So I think that we can conclude that we are all to blame for said crime, if you consider it a crime. But, network is what it is, and it's being used for a variety of things that it wasn't designed for, as I'm sure we know.
But I'm completely on the side when it comes to students. The thing that I noticed that you just mentioned about the frames and the networking was something that actually happened when I was teaching maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Because I was trying to explain a simple thing. I was trying to explain what is the difference between a frame and a Ethernet frame. And the reason why I was explaining this is because you, as you probably know, for all of those who don't know, you can actually, or you should actually, explain when you're doing Linux networking. You should explain to the networking stack if you are expecting Ethernet packets. And if you're explicitly not expecting Ethernet packets, for example, if you're doing virtual LANs, you shouldn't take the packets or frames as Ethernet frames, because they are not Ethernet frames, basically. The header is different. And I was trying to explain this to students, and then I realized that for them, there is only one kind of frame. This is the Internet frame.
Internet frame?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So there is an Internet frame, because we were talking about...
You have to explain that one to us. We want to know.
No. It's the Internet frame. Now, the Internet, the Ethernet is no Ethernet. It is the Internet frame.
Okay.
So the packages go over the Internet. It's Internet frames, Internet protocol, and that's it. It kind of sort of makes sense. If you are prepared to say that TikTok is a news source, then Internet can be packaged into frames.
No, Internet can then be a type of network. But on a very low level.
So basically L2 level, internet is level 2. And the thing is that everybody is fine with this, and this is my problem. What I wanted to talk about today is that we have started to use a term networking and mesh for such a huge bunch of different things that actually nobody understands what is happening, and everybody ignores the equipment. Everybody ignores what the actual equipment is doing. So whatever has been left of sanity when it comes to networking is up to providers, and is up to people who are making the devices. Let me do an example. I bought, it's not recently, it's maybe half a year ago, I bought one of those mesh routing things. I think it was by Dell Inc., and it is intended to be a completely automatic mesh routing. And I was completely fine with this because I wanted to connect my house that you were at in Belovar. I was trying to connect it because I wanted to have networking all over the house, and I didn't want to spend any time. And specifically, I didn't want to spend any cables in the house. So I wanted to have one of the routers. There were 3 of those. I wanted to put one access point next to the router, and then I wanted to put other 2 access points on the corners of the house, basically, to get some sort of a coverage because I want to have some cameras running there. Now, the thing is that this device basically has no way of configuring it. It is either running as a dedicated AP as a single unit, or it is going to become a mesh unit, but then it requires itself to be DHCP and NAT. So it wants to be its own self-network, and you cannot tell it, okay, I don't want you to think on my behalf. I want you to just be the access point part of the network. Do the mesh, but just connect the devices. And there is no way around it. The only thing you can do, you can actually spin up different networks for different things, and then use this particular mesh for some of those. And it kind of sort of makes sense for me that the device is capable of doing this, because this is probably the most common usage case. But on the other hand, I want to be able to at least have some sort of a toggle or a switch to say, okay, I don't want this. I know what I'm doing.
Actually, to kind of add to your topic, I recently had a very stupid experience with something somewhat similar to what you were discussing. Last year, I bought a 5G router by TP-Link that I installed as a second router in my office, in my other office where we record the podcast usually, where the studio is. To my very big chagrin, I discovered that that specific 5G router that costs 400 euros without VAT doesn't have a port forwarding feature, which pisses me off very much. And even more to the point, it doesn't even have a VPN server. That pisses me off squared. Because I wanted, of course, to have a capability to connect to it so that I can reset or do something or hide some devices behind it or VPN and have a test environment or something. This, to me, sounds kind of reminiscent of the topics that we covered before, different types of hardware. For example, for the motherboard. You know, you will own nothing, you will have nothing, you will have no connectivity, no options, and you will be happy with that. It's the same old story is nowadays happening with less than cheap. You know, it's the 500 euros for a 5G router is not cheap. I'm aware of the fact that there are much more expensive ones and whatnot, but router should have port forwarding, and it should most definitely have a freaking VPN server built in. And I was very pissed off. And right now I'm basically stuck with a router that I don't want, with features that are missing, not fulfilling the things that I wanted to do, not doing the things that I wanted to do. And one of the reasons for that is the fact that even if I was to study the documentation of said router before buying it, it would be very difficult to kind of like conclude that there is no one of those things or both of them. because that's the way in which the manuals for these things are written. Basically, they're written as picture books nowadays. I'm sure you had the same experience with your D-Link router, whatever it was. Without any kind of additional.
It was worse because the experience is that it doesn't even have a manual. It has only a QR code for the application that you need to download on your mobile phone, because there is no possibility to directly connect it to your laptop until you actually configure it to your mobile phone. But this is another thing.
I'm waiting for devices that will first tell you that they want to connect to cloud, and then they want to talk to you. Because that's actually a thing. Like HP printers lately have gone insane and whatnot.
Okay, but the HP printers have gone completely insane, and they have been doing this for years. And I think that this was just the last nail in the coffin. You're probably referring to the we don't want you to expose you to viruses in your cartridges, so we are going to ban official HP cartridges from your printer.
I saw that one. It's actually not what I was talking about, but yes, that's also part of the story if you want to add.
No, it's just an escalation of the non-problem.
Yeah, I know. My problem, I bought a new MFP. What was it? 2 months ago. I've been using it ever since. If I don't, from what I could gather so far, and I might be wrong, but I still haven't found a way, and I've spent some time with it. If I do not connect that printer with HP's application to HP's online service, whatever it's called, it does not want to scan from HP application. I can scan from Windows application, and that works. But I still haven't figured out a way without logging in, creating an account, logging in, registering whatnot, to scan a freaking document on that device from the HP application that is provided with the said device. It's utter insanity.
I actually liked HP a lot, and I was using a lot of their equipment. Right now, I wouldn't touch their printers with the long pole.
I'm still waiting for my LaserJet 4L.
Yes, it's a long way coming, as well as all the other things that they promised, but it is going to arrive soon.
I think that one is the part of the ground control to Major Tom song.
No, but the thing is that, to be completely honest, the actual printer is closer to you than it is to me.
That's even better. But that sounds like
yes. You. No. The thing is that it is stored in. I'm just going to go without going into any details. It is stored at Yarun, so it is actually closer to your place than my place right now.
Only in the world in which you are a character, that's actually something that's possible.
Yes, but on the other hand, you mentioned the VPNs. I wanted to talk about this also, because. If I didn't tell you, I finished my upgrade to Unify networking at home.
Okay.
So basically right now, all of my switches at home, including my gateway, are Unified network.
So you removed pfSense, OpenSense, all that stuff?
I removed the pfSense, I removed the intelligent switches that were from other vendors. I went with fully Unify equipment, because my idea was A, to try it, B, I got access and amazing price for a couple of switches. By amazing price, I mean something like 100 euros for a 24-port PoA switch. So this is a gigabit switch. So this is an amazing price. And also this enables me to get rid of all the different AC adapters that I was using, because I can now just use the existing cables for a PoE. So everything works. Now, one of the things that actually was standing out when compared to everything else is that what they did is they're using something called, I think they're using the term, it's not transport, it is teleport. Basically what they're doing is they are having complementary WireGuard VPN service that enables you to more or less do a zero configuration VPN back to your own home. And this is exactly the opposite of the thing that you are talking about.
Yes. So and what I should buy? So what I should buy Unify stuff now?
No. But the thing is that I noticed that there is a rift. The rift is between some of the because let me be clear. This cloud gateway that enables this is something like 100 euros. It's not expensive. And now we have a rift between more expensive things like TP-Links or whatever the vendors are, and things like MikroTik and Unify, because they both support some kind of, I wouldn't call them zero connection, but zero touch connection, but they work. And there is a rift that is coming to the market between things that are intended for, let's call them prosumers, and the entirety consumer devices. But what I was expecting is that I would get from, let's say, we have a device, and this device is whatever the device is, and then we would get forked. One would go to the end user that is going to be, let's call them simple end user, and then the other would be prosumers. But I was expecting that the core functionality would stay the same. What we are seeing right now is the dumbing down of the devices for some users, which doesn't make any sense, because after everything that I have said, all the other different standards, I want to be able to tweak my configuration a little bit. Even if I'm not me, even if I'm doing it for somebody else, I want to be able to go under the hood and tweak some configuration.
Agreed.
And this is lacking.
So is that the underlying topic that you wanted to discuss?
Yes, basically the thing is that are we taking the networking for granted? So we stopped updating it. Because right now, okay, quick question. Let's say that you have a new apartment. Oh no, much better. You have a new house.
Okay.
You need to put in cabling.
Okay.
For what is the cabling that you're going for?
Cat 6.
5E, 6, 7
Cat 6.
fiber.
Cat 6.
Okay. Why?
Because it offers everything that I need. So 10G. It offers, in terms of the distance and everything else, more than enough stuff that I need. The only thing that I would do would be connect to the house would be optical, but that's completely reasonable. So fiber. So Cat 6. 5E would be too slow for me. I'm currently running some 10G stuff at home, so it wouldn't work for me.
Okay, so then next question. Unshielded, shielded pairs, shielded cable.
I'm very pro, let's say, STP, FTP, whatever. For me, generally speaking, I don't care. Not for the stuff that I do at home or in my small office. If that was a building, if it was a building that we were discussing about, like the stuff that I used to do, then we would have a very lengthy discussion about this.
No, but the simple question would be your house, your cabling, not a building, just your house. What would you do right now with all the knowledge that you had if you needed to future-proof the house?
Again, Cat 6. I'm still standing there.
Okay, fine. Because to be completely honest, I would go with Cat 6, but I would probably even go with unshielded cable.
Okay.
Because I don't see the reason, because from what I've seen, I don't see the reason to use shielded cable right now. But on the other hand, the difference in price would probably be such that I would probably go with the shielded cable after all, just to make sure. But having said all of this, you are basically, as well as me, we are aiming for 10G. Everybody is talking about let's move from 1G to 2.5G. I have seen, I was today browsing something, I have seen that the 2.5G small switches with 5 ports 2.5G and 2 ports with SFP Plus are something like 55 euros. Okay, this is a entirely stupid switch without any management. It probably doesn't work because the name is one of those generic uppercase names, Chinese names. But the thing is that you can actually get bad equipment for a reasonable price right now. So why stick to 2.5G when you can go to 10G?
I
But
wouldn't. I wouldn't go to 2 and 5G, whatever. And one of the reasons why I would still insist on going to something like shielded would be actually your use case. If I was to do that on my house, which would be PoE, then it would
yes, okay.
absolutely make sense to have some kind of a shielded cable.
No, I have a new gripe in my house, but I haven't talked to you about this.
Please do.
I I activated my ham radio equipment.
Okay, cool.
You know what happens when you try to push 100 watts of energy from your antenna and you don't have shielded cables?
Nothing good.
No. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Was it a little bit of fire or?
No. The thing is that, for example, at the computer that I'm using at my the place where I'm using my ham radio equipment, I had to switch to wireless wireless networking, wireless mouse because it just kept breaking. Windows just stops talking to the mice.
Yeah. While we're on the topic of networking, I have one more addition to my previous story. So, okay, I gave a few negative points to the router that I was using. So TP-Link Deco X50, by the way, 5G, not the wireless routers, 5G. I have to give one credit though. There's one thing that this router and its ecosystem that they do very well. So a couple of months ago, I switched my phone to the latest Galaxy Ultra, and I did the regular stuff, with the smart things. Migrated from old phone to a new one, blah blah. The application works out of the box. No need to retype login and password. I can see my deco. I just tried. I actually remote installed firmware right now on it. It's being installed as we speak. So there are some positive points about that. So I can remote connect to it via mobile phone, blah 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 blah. But I still miss the VPN, and I want to either that or port forwarding or both. For that class.
But the thing about VPN is that I think that VPN has become something that should be done in every router, and because I don't see the reason anymore for not having a VPN directly to your home. This is one thing, and the other thing is that I've seen that the vendors like Fortinet are trying to quietly avoid introducing WireGuard. Mm-hmm. Because it is going to cost them money.
Okay.
A zero-touch configuration, the ideas of WireGuard that enables you to actually directly connect to your home without thinking about it is against what everybody is doing when it comes to vendors such as corporate vendors, basically.
Yeah, because they want to sell you SD-WAN.
Yes.
That's the reason why, because they do have zero-touch installations that are amazing, but they're business users technology and they cost money.
Yes, and the other thing is that they can charge you by client, and if we did something like this for free, for example, like some of the guys that we mentioned already did, it would actually work and it would make sense. So this is one of those things, but let's not go into the corporate world. I'm just going to quietly.
Let's just put it out there. Freaking €50 Microtex routers have all VPN the protocols supported that you could possibly think of.
Okay, they have a problem. They have a problem when it comes to WireGuard because they don't have the processors capable of doing it.
I know,
but I think this is the thing that is going to get solved in a couple of months or years, because they just need to include the hardware support for the WireGuard protocol. Mm-hmm. So basically, what they need to do is they need to create some sort of chip that is going to basically deal with the encryption.
Cheap MikroTiks can even do stuff like the layer 2 extensions and whatnot. I'm using it.
Yes, I know. They don't have the speed, but they actually have the capability.
But for the stuff that we do, that's enough. Ethernet over IP is easily configurable. In those situations, we had our mutual friend configure that for me for a project, which was amazing for the price of equipment for 5 locations. It was not worth mentioning. Couple of lunches for a 2-person crew, literally.
I did the configuration. I'm not going to mention vendors, but I had to configure a specific device to work as if it was working in my client's network internally, but also it had to be at the developer's home, which wasn't here. So I basically I actually stuck MikroTik on the back of the device. And I just said, okay, don't plug the devices directly, plug it to the MikroTik and then use the port 1 for your internet. This is it.
Exactly.
And basically it just did everything correctly. It was working for something like 2 years and the cost was something like 30 euros. Because I didn't care about the speed. I just cared about having the IP translated into my own network because I had to do something, whatever. There was some sort of device control that required the device to be connected to the local network.
But my actual surprise is not related to any of the stories that we discussed, or maybe it is. It's actually that, it's not like we invented 100 different new network protocols in the past 5 years. We just didn't.
No, we just started using those.
Yeah, we just started using them in a little bit more advanced way, perhaps. The only thing that gets developed is standards related to bandwidth, for the most part, for the topic that we are discussing, at least.
But people don't care.
Yeah, but most of them don't.
To be completely honest.
Yeah, I know. I'm at the age, and I've been saying this actually in another part of our let's say tech obsession or tech world in a little bit of a different way. That's related to virtualization, for example. The reason why I prefer using VMware is because it works. I'm at the right now, maybe it's the age or something. Maybe I'm just midlife crisis dude or something. I just want stuff to work. I don't want to deal with them on a daily basis and waste time. And more to the point, I could easily get some older Fortinets that are out of support, no problem whatsoever, for older hardware that have plenty of capability in terms of the traffic and whatnot, connect them via IPsec, because Fortinet doesn't require you to have licenses for doing VPN connections. So that's a solution that I could do, but I cannot do it right now, for example, for my office, because I cannot forward the port, and I don't want to go and buy Fortinet's firewall with the 5G router, because that costs an arm and leg.
Okay. On the other hand, I got an application from Unify that just actually says, okay, do you want to create the connection to your own home network? Yes. And then it installs the appropriate software, does the exchange of the keys when it's in the range of the local network, and then everything else works.
Do they have some kind of a good 5G router?
Of course not. Of course not. Not that I know of. I was just looking if they have something like this, and because I wanted to buy it for you to make your router problems go away.
No. You wanted to buy that, but actually wanted to troll me, of course.
No. But okay, you can call it trolling, but for me it's free. It's freebies, so I don't care if everybody trolls me with the free gifts. I was just watching the episode from the Silicon Valley, the TV series. Did you watch this?
No, but
there is a scene where a guy who's a senior developer decides that he's going to quit, and he puts his LinkedIn profile into "I'm looking for work," and they started calling him immediately. By immediately, I mean he presses the button and the phone starts ringing, and then he accepts gifts from everybody who is going to invite him for an interview, but he doesn't want to go to the interviews because he said he's worth more. So this is the thing. I don't care. Just give me gifts. It works.
Yeah, just give me perks. Yeah, Unify has. I found 3 different mobile routers that I think all of them support LTE. So I don't know. I haven't been able to find a native 5G, but maybe I need to browse a little bit more. Actually, the thing that I like about them, I haven't used them in a while, but I know that they have some kind of a relatively straightforward application for centralized control as well for all of their devices and whatnot, which I tend to like. Why would you want to have 5 different apps to control 5 different devices? Fortinet is good with that as well. FortiGate as a controller for switches and for Wi-Fi and whatnot, that just works. But
No, it's the thing that I like about those about them is that they actually right now they have matured well enough that I can actually use their devices without thinking, and this is probably the thing that I want to do. I just want to be able to just go on and plug in a device, it gets configured, it just assigns itself. Okay, it is going to ask me something like, do you want to assign this device to this network, whatever. Then when I say yes, okay, everything else is going to work. It is strange a little bit when you first start to use it, but then it can actually make sense. And from my perspective, right now I'm looking at my devices. I have a huge number of devices for no particular reason, other than
because
I
you
have
do.
me. No, the thing is that I'm looking at all the devices that I have here. For example, I have my washing machine, dishwasher is connected.
Connected to net.
Yes, I have two ESP devices that are probably, and I'm not sure, that are probably light bulbs. I have a computer called Fractal Design, which shouldn't be a computer because Fractal Design should be a case, and I'm completely sure that my case is not connected to the internet.
Maybe it's your son's computer or something.
Yes, I have a air conditioner. I have another air conditioner. I have two televisions connected. I have something called Net AC Springer. I would call it air conditioner, okay? My printer is connected, and then I have a bunch of cameras and bunch of... okay, I have two extensions for my front door ringer. Because I have a Wi-Fi ring, and it is using the Wi-Fi to also be able to connect to actually. So I have devices that are connected, so I can hear when somebody's at my front door. So I have right now 38 active devices on my Wi-Fi network.
Yeah, you're crazy.
But no, it's not that. Almost, I would say that 11 of them are unified devices that are using their own IP addresses.
Thank you for proving my point. If we could move on now.
Yes, but I'm not expecting that anybody sane is going to be able to use this thing. Because we have, as I said, we switched. You either don't have any kind of way of actually understanding what is happening. You just have a big button that says online, or you have a enormous amount of data that tells you that your Wi-Fi is working this way or the other or the third, whatever, and different things. For example, I can right now, I don't know. I was looking at the frequency distribution of my home access points. I'm using Wi-Fi 6 access points because I was too cheap to buy Wi-Fi 7.
Of course.
No, the idea was that I don't care. What can I get from Wi-Fi 7? I could get a little bit of more speed. I don't want to invest into 2.5G. I don't specifically. I don't want to create a PoE on 2.5G network.
Okay.
Because that would cost too much, and I'm completely fine with having just half a gigabit on my mobile phone.
Okay.
And everything that requires more bandwidth is going to get connected by the cable, anyways. So I don't care.
I found a couple of routers that do support some of the things that I was ranting about, but I have to look much deeper into this because, I mean, I see that, just as an example, the D-Link has one very, very expensive 5G mobile router that has up to 4 gigabits per second download, 620 megabits of downloads. That's what they refer to. That's what they say in technical documentation. That supports no VPN. And the first, a couple of devices next to it, which are slower, somewhat slower, not by a lot, support basically everything you need. Some of them support OpenVPN, and two of them support L2TP, OpenVPN, PPTP, IPsec, GRE, or the generic route encapsulation VPN, whatever. I just need one of them, but I don't care which one. It's just incredible that we are talking about that in the year 2025. It's just stupid.
The thing is that right now we are slowly shifting towards having equipment that is going to basically do one thing.
Okay.
I'm expecting that you are going to be soon seeing devices that are going to be called VPNs.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to plug a VPN into your network, and then you're going to plug a VPN into other network, and they're going to just going to seamlessly join the network.
Oh, thank you so much for that picture.
Yes, and the thing is that it actually works. I was using. I need to check just the name. Just a second. I think it was called Zip1. Just give me a second. Yes. There is an appliance that is completely off what we are talking about right now. Mm-hmm. But it's an appliance that actually was my first real experience with things that actually magically work, but cost insane amount of money. So you know about Telos?
Yes,
the broadcast equipment manufacturers.
Sure.
So they have something called Zip1.
Okay.
Zip1 is the broadcast IP codec.
Okay.
And what they do is that you buy a couple of those for a zillion euros, whatever. Mm-hmm. They're 1 unit devices that you just basically plug into the network, the internet.
Okay.
And they can automatically call each other and establish the audio connection between themselves. That's it. They are intended to be what the ATEM bridge is, but without any configuration.
I like it very much.
Yes, but as I said, there is a price. And the price is, let's say, 2 of my smart cards.
Yeah, 2 smart cards, yeah. Yeah, there's always a price to pay.
Oh, man. Yes, of course it is. So, what do you think about what we should do next? If you were somebody who was trying to talk to the consumer, what would you do? Would you try to make them dumber or smarter?
I think that the only way forward is to make people smarter. I think that in general, not only on this topic, which means maybe it's time for you to do your very short 30-second introductory video to a variety of different networking technologies.
Oh, so I need to talk about different technologies right now.
Yes. But okay. No, not here in this episode.
No, I can do it.
No, I know you
NFC,
can, but
if you want to do something, on a short distance, it's NFC. If you want to do something that is going to be smart house, Zigbee.
No.
If you want to do everything else, Wi-Fi.
No. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. But no.
But yes. Actually, yes, but a colleague of ours asked me about that yesterday or 2 days ago.
No, I made a runaway hit with that song that I created today.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm going to leave it to this. I need the next thing that I need to do is a networking song.
You absolutely do. You are on the money. I would very much like that because the one today was a worldwide hit #1, but we cannot publish that.
Yes, but I'm on my way to
underground filtering.
No. As I said, I'm on my way to have it internally distributed across the campus.
Yes, that's gonna be. That's not gonna end up being weird at all.
Anyways, so what I wanted to say is that you think that you should make people smarter. I think that we should make applications smarter.
I think we should make devices easier to use.
No, I gave up on it. It's just that it's much easier to just say, okay, let's make applications smarter so that applications can explain to people how to use the devices.
Oh, you want to be basically baby like a baby, huh?
Yes, but on a completely different note, I wanted to touch one more thing that is completely unrelated to what we are talking about right now.
Of course, go tangent.
Because I think that we should do the news and we should do the quirky things that we saw on the internet. So you know what the Kryptos statue is?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? No. Okay. So basically, there is a statue in front of Langley, CIA Langley facility. It's called Kryptos. And you can look it up. It's pretty easy. It's a huge statue that was done by an American artist, and it contains 4 encrypted messages.
Okay.
So basically, you need to look it up. The structure itself looks like a piece of metal that has numbers laser etched into, or laser cut into it, and this is it's dedicated to the people who are doing the intelligence in the United States, and so on and so on and so on. But the thing is that it contains 4 different messages etched into it. 3 of those have been decoded.
Okay.
The 4th one hasn't yet.
Okay.
And it has been standing there since the 1990. So 25 years now. No,
Cool.
35 years.
Okay.
And the thing is that the reason why I'm mentioning it is because the guy who created the sculpture is the only one who knows what the answers to the crypto messages are.
Okay.
So he's the only one that he knows the actual answers. And right now he's immensely annoyed because every guy who knows how to use the AI thinks that he solved the messages.
That's awesome.
So he said that he gets something like 35 or 40 emails per day that says, oh, you guys, you're wasting time. I just, during my breakfast, I just solved the messages. This is the solution.
Of course.
And I think that this is the thing that we need to understand. These are the people that we are aiming for. People who think that if a problem is complicated, the solution is AI.
Yeah.
The solution is AI.
Am I smelling another AI episode coming soon?
Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yes, because I'm sick and tired of what is happening in the AI world. Because in one hand, enormously great things have happened. Some integrations that we were talking about and I was expecting for a long time. On the other hand, I have seen so much misuse of AI. It is getting so dumber and dumber when it comes to regular use. Because, for example, right now, what is one of the trends on the X or the Twitter is that Twitter integrated the AI, its own AI called Grok. And right now, if you see anything that is even remotely complicated, and by that I mean something like how far is the moon, you're going to see somebody saying, hey Grok, what is the answer to this question? So the thing is that I think that any mention of the thing should be muted, simply because I don't want to see how many people don't know the answers to the most simple questions that you can ask.
Are you annoyed?
Yes, I'm annoyed, and I'm annoyed a lot. I just woke up being annoyed.
Oh, really?
It's almost midnight and I'm annoyed.
No, it's not. It's more than an hour away, so. But your rounding of the numbers is always impressive.
No, but the thing is that what I'm currently waiting on the AI front, I'm waiting for what the Facebook is going to do and how they're going to integrate AI into their own considered effort to deny humanity of its essence. So
devoid humanity of humanity.
Yes, basically what I want to know what they're going to do next, because of all the big players, I haven't seen. So you remember that there is a slide when we are talking about the computer architecture. On the lecture of computer architecture, there is a slide that talks about the future of computer architecture, and it mentions AI and machine learning and chips.
Okay.
From all the vendors that we mentioned there, that was accurate as of 3 years ago, basically. From all the vendors, only Alibaba or AliExpress or the Ali empire started creating AI and we don't know what is happening. and Facebook or Meta started doing AI, and we don't know what's happening.
Okay.
We have seen that Google is struggling to understand what AI actually means. ChatGPT more or less works. Grok is just an annoyance. And what do we have else? There is the French one, the Mistral, which is kind of okay. There is Perplexity, which is makes sense because we recently got the free license from our beloved telecom. So right now everybody's happy because they're using the licenses for the AI, which they don't know how to use. But anyways, so I'm a little bit annoyed, and I'm extremely happy because I'm going to see the future pretty quickly.
You think?
Because when those guys come to the market, when Facebook, with all its might, start combining metaverse with AI,
all hell will break loose.
Or a small amount of hell will break loose. The amount that costs probably $20 billion to create faceless, the faceless design without the legs. But anyways,
that bubble is going to burst, and let's see what happens then.
Yes, as was with the bubble that never actually managed to grow. The metaverse, the AI, the metaverse, we are bubbled.
You win some, you lose some.
What did they win?
I think that's their approach there. You have to count the win.
But anyway, let's go back to the topic because I want to finish this thing up. You think that what we need to actually make the devices smarter, and we need to make the devices easier to use.
Absolutely.
I would go with we need to make applications that are connected to devices first uncoupled from the internet, because I don't want to have all my devices connected to the internet for no reason at all. Because right now the thing that I actually learned is that I'm using something like 0.5 gigabyte of internet every day, just on devices connecting to themselves and talking to the internet.
You are the walking and talking Internet of Things.
Yes, and this is the worst thing because nothing works. Nothing is talking to anything else.
Yeah.
I have outages of during the evening. I have outages. The lights turn themselves off for no reason at all, and this is something that I need to solve. But this has been happening for the last 2 months. I'm completely ignoring it.
As long as it doesn't turn on the light when you're sleeping in your room, that's good.
I don't notice it, but probably happens. The thing is that I'm going to go with name one vendor. You know which vendor is probably the most dependable one? IKEA.
Yeah, you mentioned that a few times to me. Yeah.
The thing is that they actually create reasonable updates. They publish the API, and sort of kind of everything that they make works.
Okay.
It is not. The IKEA has only one small problem, and now when we are at the topic of Internet of Things, I need to get this thing out of my head, because I just want to basically make you laugh a little bit on my account. You know what is how the IKEA does the reset of the smart devices, the smart lighting?
Crosses the wires?
No. What you do is you need to 10 times turn on and off the light, and then the light dims and then boots up in default configuration. So then you need to repair it to the network.
I want to be a part of the committee and the design and the meeting and the fly on the wall when somebody decided that.
Okay, bear with me. Now, I have a kid. You know what kids do? They turn the lights on and off.
Yeah, for no reason whatsoever, but just to play.
Yes. So half of my house went offline just because this is the way it behaves.
Yeah, factory reset by default.
Yes. So I was trying to make my kid stop doing this, and then I tried to explain to him, don't do this. And then I realized that the first thing that happens when you say to a kid, don't do this, he wants to see how it works.
Yeah, he's your son, definitely.
And then he wants to make sure that it works on every light.
Yes, he wants to make double, triple, quadruple sure. Every day, over and over again.
No. We passed that point, but as I said, the damage has been done. I
Oh,
lost
yes.
half of the lights, and the my legendary chaos organization means that I don't know where the lights actually are.
Of
So
course.
I need to reset them one by one, and this is something that I'm planning to do after I finish the thing that I'm doing right now.
Oh, I can't wait for us to do the IT episode about IT and documentation. Why would we
Don't.
cover such a stupid topic, right?
No. The thing is that I like the idea of documentation. I have started probably 10 or 15 different ways of trying to keep myself organized.
And each and every one of them
I actually
failed.
lost track of how many things that I tried to keep myself
Yeah, you
organized.
made the chaos out of trying to untangle the chaos.
And to be completely honest, I want to do an episode on trying to organize myself because I have no idea how to do it.
That would be
I
interesting.
tried I tried Notion, OneNote, Joplin, MKDocs, Todoist, Calendar, Keep, uh, any kind of Kanban board that is available out there, and nothing works.
Can I perhaps offer a, let's say, less than called for, but still maybe a valuable insight?
Yes, you actually work. When I have somebody who is actually reminding me about important things, that works.
Yeah, sure. I don't think it's the application's fault.
No. It's idiot problem. The problem is between the chair and the keyboard. I know.
Yeah, I wouldn't use the word idiot, but everything else tends to be true.
1080.
Whatever.
But anyways, the thing is that we need to talk about ways of creating documentation, and the thing is that right now when we are talking about this, it would actually be wise to do an episode on this, not because I'm disorganized and you are basically the apostle of organization,
I'm
but
not.
the thing is that actually it would make sense for people to start thinking about how can they organize themselves today. And by organize themselves, I mean that we are slowly forgetting one important thing. Do you have a box in your house called warranties?
No, I have a closet in my apartment, very high in the kitchen, where
Yes.
almost all of my warranties are that are relevant actually.
Okay, so this is the thing that people actually need. People actually want to be able to track of all the things that they have, all the warranties, documentation, and every other piece of information that they write down on papers. They are going to switch over to some sort of digital world. And right now, the way that you do it, okay, you haven't bought any kind of an appliance in a long time, but if you want to buy an appliance today, you are going to end up with having to buy an appliance, then having to create an account on some godforsaken site that doesn't work. Then you are going to have an account that is going to extend your warranty by 3 years. And then every time that you need to look something up, you're going to need to log into your account because of this particular device.
Two things.
Of course, if you have devices from different generations, they're going to be using different accounts and different applications
Applications.
from the same vendor.
Yes. Two things. First and foremost, I went through that with my air conditioning that I bought last year, which is excellent, but annoying because of that. And second, when the force above, whatever you want to call that, wanted to invent an organized being, I'm sorry to say, but he invented a woman. I have thousand examples to prove that, and I admire them for that immensely. And I'm not being sarcastic. You should see the way in which my partner handles the stuff that we talk about here. She has a drawer with all of the warranties. In that same drawer, she has a stack of all of the bills that she is paying. It's organized, like a freaking pharmacy. And my problem is the fact that I keep on seeing that as the best possible example. And me and you, by extension, the same thing, being guys that we are, we like our chaos, we are unable to organize that way. It is what it is. I'm trying to combat that, but I'm not winning that fight by any stretch of the imagination.
But the thing is about organizing is that this makes things unavailable to you. For example,
oh yes,
if I right now need a humidity sensor, I have it right here.
Exactly correct.
If, for example, I then decide that I need to cut something, I have this.
Yeah, I know.
And then if I need a way of communicating, I have a multitude of walkie-talkies on my desk.
Yes, moderate amount of walkie-talkies. That's what you have.
No, it's not. In any case, moderate. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I want to lodge an official complaint.
Yes.
Of all of the things that you promised, and I keep forgetting most of them. I'm just teasing you about the LaserJet because that's cool. The only thing I really want to complain about is the fact that you still haven't delivered the walkie-talkies to me. That I actually do find to be a little bit.
They are actually the same, and they work.
Okay, so what's the problem?
This is a big stage when it comes to walkie-talkies today. So I remember to get them on Friday. Okay. Because I'm going to. But let's finish this thing first.
That's also networking, by the way.
Yes, but we completely lost the track of what we were talking about.
We're still talking about networking. The previous topic was documentation.
The thing is that the networking, I think, should become self-explanatory. I think that we should work on trying to make other people's life easier. And also, as you mentioned, all devices should have VPNs.
Yes.
And then what we need is a new standard VPN. I think we should work on a family of standards, not a standard, a family of standards that is going to be standardizing VPNs, how do they need to work, what does it mean to have a local network, extension of the network, and so on and so on. So we need to work on the standards. And I actually see that there is a paper to be written about this.
Exactly what I wanted to say. You are going to write it down.
Sorry?
You are going to write it down.
Yes, of course, because you have reached the pinnacle of your existence, and right now you are just you are not obliged to write anything for the next couple of years.
I should stop writing until I retire, man. But I'm not stopping. We have 2 papers in work right now. But more
no. I was talking today about to a colleague of ours, and I said that we are going to completely skip over the boring parts, and we are going for the academy. This is the point. So these boring parts are going to get skipped. We're just going to be honorary members, and that's it.
That sounds awesome.
No, but this is the you need to make, as the other colleague of ours says, you need to create goals, and they need to be unachievable in order to make yourself great.
No. They should be unachievable, but from the low standpoint, not high.
Okay.
Set the bar as low as possible.
Oh no! That's what I do.
I know. That's why I said
I put the bar. No. But the thing is that you are not thinking about outside the box. You set the bar diagonally.
Yeah, sure.
So you just choose
wherever you end up. It's cool, right?
No. You just then choose which part you are going to jump over.
I liked it very much. The theory of chaos. The theory of chaos, according to Yasmin.
No. I must say that I'm a little bit tired. I'm tired a lot, and this has made my day, because my day has been abysmal up to this point.
Glad to be of service.
And the reason why it has been abysmal is because it has been running for the last 16 hours or so. I woke up way too early, but it is going to be much better. Now, let's wrap this thing up.
Let's.
Have you any idea what to say at the end?
No, I like your idea of you writing a paper about the problem that we face today.
Okay. I'll get my AI assistant to do it, and then it will get back to you.
Okay, that sounds good.
Anyways, thank you for sticking with us. If you have been to this point, I don't know what you're doing with your
You
life.
deserve a
But
medal.
anyways,
Yes.
yes, I promise that this episode is not going to happen as it was today. We are going to be much more prepared next time.
No, this is cool. We should do more of these.
No, but I'm completely fine with this. So, anyways, I'm still Yasmin. He's still Vedran. He's a PhD. I'm not, but I'm
Who
working on
cares?
it.
Yes.
No. I'm going to just milk it for
For
all
all
it's
it's worth.
worth.
Yeah, I know.
For all it's worth until you become a professor, and then after this, I just need to stop.
No, you're going to figure out new ways to annoy me with that. I'm sure.
No. It's not fun then. It's going to sound like I have sour grapes, and
No, everybody knows that you don't.
okay.
Unlike many
But
people
anyways,
around us.
let's finish this thing up. Thank you for being with us up to this point once again,
See you next time.
and see you next time in the next episode. And we're going to be talking about something else completely.
Hopefully.
So,
Yeah.
bye
Bye.
bye.